Good evening, students, families, friends, and guests. Welcome to the 2020 Virtual Spring Academy Awards Ceremony. Before we begin, I would like to honor our country with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag and to the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I safely speak for all of us when I say that we miss our students, and we wish that you were with us tonight. Nevertheless, we will not allow our current situation to stop us from recognizing our students. Since you are not here in person, I want to explain to you at home how we will proceed with tonight's award ceremony. The Academy teachers are either coming to the podium one by one and recognizing their students, or they have taped themselves at home recognizing their award recipients. The video clips from those teachers have been edited and will be included in tonight's ceremony. After the teachers are done with their awards, we will proceed with several awards that are normally given out at our commencement ceremony. Those awards are the Tom Hannon Award, the Angel Award, and the Spirit of the Wolf Award. We will explain those awards in detail when the time comes as we honor those recipients. We will then finish our awards ceremony in our typical fashion by announcing our scholarship winners, the All-Star Award, and the Principal Award. Before we get started, I want to send out a special thank you to our school board members and our district leadership team for their amazing support of our students and staff at the Academy. I know that they would be here tonight if they could. They'll be watching tonight just like you, congratulating our reward recipients. I'm now going to turn it over to our teachers and hear all the great things they have to say about their students. The first teacher I'd like to welcome to the podium is Ms. Silvers.
I have two awards I'd like to give tonight, and the first award is to Angeline Araveo. I'd like to give Angeline the Blossom Award. When she began my class in August, Angie was very quiet and she kept to herself and didn't really like to participate much. But over the course of the semester, I witnessed her blossom into a friendly, kind, and outgoing student who took pride in her work and herself. She made friends in class and even embraced funny nicknames that they gave her, like Jellyfish. It's been a pleasure to see Angie blossom into the young woman that she is today. The second award that I have to give is to Jay Elrod, and this is the Outstanding Potential Award. When you see Jay Elrod walking around campus, you might assume that he's angry or annoyed by everyone around him, and he probably is. But throughout the semester, I got to know Jay a little bit better, and I believe that this student has a really bright future. So I'd like to give Jay the Outstanding Potential Award because even if he doesn't see it or recognize it now, I know that he has the potential to achieve big things in his future and find happiness in the little things. Next, I'd like to announce Miss Peralt to give her awards.
I am Lisa Peralt, and I teach English at the Academy. And it was really hard to narrow this down to 5 awards. So before I talk about the 5 people, I just want to say that I miss and love all of my students, and I wish I could give an award to everybody. But the first one of the 5 is Blake Garber, and he is getting an award for excellence in English and conversation. When it comes to English class, Blake is the gold standard. He writes amazingly well, completes all assignments to perfection, and reads because he likes it. More importantly, Blake is a good, kind, caring person. I had Blake in the last class of the day, and my favorite part of the day was walking out of the class with him. We had the best conversations between the classroom door and the fence where he would exit to leave with his dad. I have missed those talks very much in the time since we have been out of school. I delivered a goodie bag to Blake the other day, and he will never know how nice it was to see his smiling face. I know Blake has a great future ahead of him and can't wait to see what amazing things he does. My next award is for Sheree Layton, and that is for supreme effort in English. I had the pleasure of having Sheree in English this semester, and she is one of the hardest workers I know. In class, she tried her best to avoid distractions and stay on task. She writes from the heart and speaks from the heart. It's the little things, but I always enjoyed her journal, not only for its content, but because she wrote in multicolored pens. It was just another way of expressing her colorful personality. After we switched to online learning, she stayed in communication and has been working hard, even when she has the responsibility of caring for younger family members at home. I know that this work ethic, combined with her personality, will take Sheree far in this world. She is another student I got to deliver a goodie bag to last week, and seeing her really warmed my heart. She was as spunky as always. Don't ever change, Sheree. My third award is for Miss Rosie Lucas Rodriguez, and she is getting an award for persistence in English. It's hard enough learning the English language when you are born speaking it, and I can't imagine how hard it would be to learn it when it is your second language. Despite this challenge, Rosie did every single thing I asked of her in English, sometimes better than the students who have been speaking the language their entire lives. Not only did she complete every assignment, she did it with a sweet smile on her face. I loved seeing that smile every day in class. Keep smiling, Rosie. Your warm, friendly smile will always be in my heart. You are a true inspiration. My next award is for Michaela Motz for All Around Rock Star. Michaela is one of the nicest, most well-rounded students I have ever had the pleasure to teach. She came to class, was always attentive, got her work done like a champ, and when she finished ahead of everyone else, would use her time to read. She was pretty much a teacher's dream. When we moved to online learning, she also absolutely kicked butt. She was the first one to finish my online course, and she did it with an A. Michaela, you are a rock star, and I know you will continue to be in whatever life path you choose. It has been an honor to be your teacher. And the final award goes to Aliyah Salih, and Aliyah's award is for excellence in English and life. Oh, Aliyah. First, I have to apologize profusely for always wanting to put an H at the end of your name. I'm so sorry. I've got it now. Not only is Aliyah one of the most conscientious students I've ever had at the Academy, she is also the most practical. Aliyah shared with me something she wrote one day. It was a plan for her future. What struck me about it was how practical it was and how she has such a good head on her shoulders. In fact, I think she has herself more together than many adults. I know that Aliyah is going to push herself to achieve great things, and I hope she will always stay in touch. The only thing I would change is that I wish I had known her longer. I don't have kids, but if I had a daughter, I would want her to be like Aliyah. Thank you, everyone. I miss you all.
My name is Mr. Ashland. I teach world history at the Academy. The awards that I will be presenting are Perseverance and Excellence in World History, Perseverance and Excellence in all my history classes, and the Light Up the Room Positive Attitude Award. The first award that I will be giving out is Perseverance and Excellence in World History, and that will go to Paige Harper. I'm really proud of Paige because she got off to a slow start, but once she got going, she really took off, and she is doing really well in world history. The next award I will give out is Perseverance and Excellence in all my history classes, because these young men have been in all my history classes. They took U.S. history at the beginning of the school year and are currently taking world history with me, and they are both doing great. These young men were both a pleasure to have in my classes, and I'm so proud to see them grow as young men as they get ready to graduate. And the last person is the Positive Attitude Light Up the Room Award, which goes to Shelby Sadak. I've never had Shelby in any of my classes, but I've interacted with Shelby every day on campus, and Shelby has always had a smile on his face. So I can't say enough about Shelby, and I'm really going to miss Shelby and his positive attitude. So, everyone, hang in there and stay safe.
Hi guys, it's good to see everybody. I'm Kate Caffey and I'm the biology and marine science teacher. I have 4 awards that I'm going to give out. So my first award is going to go to an individual that has left a lasting impression as a student from last quarter. His attendance was especially good, especially since we had to be at school at 7:40 a.m. I don't know if we can do that starting tomorrow. Gotten so used to waking up late. This student frequently brought a smile into class. He volunteered often in various different capacities. His easygoing attitude allows for him to work with many different individuals in the class and outside the class. So for these reasons and more, I'm going to award Alejandro Velasquez the Born Leader Award. Next, I'd like to recognize a student that I have never officially met. This is the first quarter that I have had her. However, she's been working really hard on her assignments in marine science. That's on Google Classroom. She's taken initiative to do the projects. She's reached out with questions and concerns. This is not always easy when it's a virtual class. It's very two-dimensional, kind of blank. She did a fantastic job on one of the marine science projects on a marine organism, and overall has handled this course with amazing grace. So this award goes to Alexis Owen for the Mermaid Award for Marine Science. Third, I'd like to recognize a student who has surpassed my expectations when it comes to online learning. She's did a fantastic job within the classroom as well, and was a pleasure to have. We're very fortunate that we have the program of Edgenuity, but it can be a little dry and a little dull, and she has gone every week I checked on her progress, and she has gone above and beyond and has finished all her courses well in advance. She seems to, she's also very hardworking as well. And so for this, I'm going to award her Edgenuity Excellence to Megan Dornbush. My final award, last but not least, I would like to bring attention to a student that was a pleasure to have both within the walls of the school and online. It seemed like every day I would get a text or something like that for him contacting me, asking me how my day is going, and it's always nice to hear that, and we feel like we have to reach out, and he continually reached out to us, so that was appreciated. This individual has great other personality characteristics in that he loves animals, so he takes care of animals. So I think that's a very important trait to have as a human being. He's not afraid to dream big and is aware that he can reach out to others. So this individual recognizes the importance of giving and is a very concerning individual. So for this and more, I'd like to award the Sunshine Award to Peyton Bash. So thank you for that. I'd like to thank you to admin and the staff for making this possible for us, regardless of the situation. So I will leave it to the next staff member. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Scott Meyer, and I'm a teacher at Career Quest, and I have some awards to give out. The first award I want to give out is to Michael Powell. Michael Powell I've known since he was a puppy, it seems like. When I was an aide at the school, he came to the C program. And I watches him mature over years, it seems like. And the award I have for Mike today is called Landing the Plane at 3:45 a.m. When Mike found out that there was going to be forgiveness for annual testing. He jumped in, and he was one of the first students to finish his ingenuity classes 100%. And he was constantly in touch with me. And I get a text message at 3:45 in the morning, telling me he landed the plane. I told him, well, exit the plane out the front doors. So it is the landing the plane at 3:45 in the morning. My next award goes to Peyton Basks. We haven't had Peyton for very long as a student, only since January. And Peyton, I've kind of got to know him, and he still amazes me with things that I just didn't know. He lives in a unique circumstance, and he lives in a home with 7 other foster kids, and he's kind of a leader over there. So I called his award the Unbelievable Award. And I taught him that word because unbelievable is you don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. In his case, it's a good thing. And it's just unbelievable how he surprises me consistently. So, Peyton, this award's for you. The third award I have is for Dominic Giovino. He was with us at Career Quest for quite a bit. He's been in all my math classes. In this e-learning system, he's been kind of stuck by himself. We're lucky his dad has been real involved with him, helping him get through it. He got to 60% completion probably like Monday or Tuesday of this week. He's going to get A's in all his classes, which is helping his GPA. And the award that I'm giving him, and it didn't occur to me that Mrs. Meyer told me about this, that I know he has roots in New York. So his award is, I did it my way. He wouldn't take help in any of his classes. All right, so the last one I have is for another unique student, Alan Palmer Odell. Alan, again, it's kind of funny. When he went into this e-learning thing, he decided not to pay his phone bill. Why have it? Why turn it on? So it's been unique how to get a hold of him or to talk to him. In fact, he is in the foster home with Peyton. And when I got online with Peyton, Peyton would stand up, hold his Chromebook up to a bunk bed so I could talk to Alan. Alan's kind of a neat guy. Very quiet. And if you get him talking, he's pretty funny. So the award that I've given to Alan is called the Top Guy Award. Could have been Top Gun, but I did Top Guy because he's in the top bunk. And that's how I talk to him every day. So Alan, Top Guy Award's for you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Laura Meyer, and I'm a teacher over at Career Quest in the Port Charlotte Town Center Mall. I have 3 awards today. First award goes to Fabiola Cabrera. It's called the Professional and Capable Award. Fabiola is quiet, competent, and amazing. Fabiola came to Career Quest in January with a clear determination, not only to graduate, but to graduate high school with a full 24-credit diploma. In a very short time, I came to know you. She is so capable and professional, so much so that when I ran into the county's tax collector in the food court, where Fabiola works at the smoothie shop, I asked Vicki Potts if she had any county positions open because I had the perfect candidate, Fabiola. Needless to say, after her interview, Fabiola was hired and began her county training even after the pandemic started. So with a diploma in hand and the start of a really great career, she's already on her way. And she did give up that job at the smoothie shop, but I anticipate smooth sailing for Fabiola. Next, and by the way, Fabiola, I'm sure we're going to get you this nice, beautiful award. There you go. Congratulations. The next student She and I have always wanted to work together. Her name is Haley Ruck. I remember her telling me, I'm going to get in your class, and sure enough, in January, Haley was in my class. Rarely have Scott and I seen a student like Haley. She is so willing to work and study and to accomplish terrific grades. Her GPA is off the charts, and she keeps her sights on going to college, filling out applications, and doing whatever she needed to do to get ready. I remember the day she passed the SAT. Her hard work showed, and her enthusiasm for her future grew. Even with these times being full of confusion and chaos, Haley has dug in and is completing her graduation requirements the new way, online. And while we are separated physically, Haley, I want you to know that you will always be in our hearts. We love you, girl, and want you to know that Mr. and Mrs. Meyer are always here for you. Congrats on being a student who takes studying very seriously. That's your award, girl. And last but not least, of course, is Faith Ruiz. Faith, I remember the first day you came into my class because you reminded me how old I really am. You told me that your mom, Amber, was an academy student of mine before you were born. I might have even seen you. I think I remember that. Besides that unsettling reminder of my age, I have been so fortunate to have you as a student in our career quest. You are considerate, you are interested, and you're always asking really great questions. You add so much to the morale of our program in this class, and you are so capable of getting things done once you make your mind up. If it wasn't so corny, I probably would have named your award the Sunshine Award, because when you're in the room, there is a special light that makes everyone smile, Faith. I hope this is enough recognition for your spirit and contribution to the fun that we have had at Career Quest in 2020. And lastly, to all the kids in Career Quest, this school year, and I hope you know this, you truly have made my teaching experience in the mall one I will never forget. Good luck, everybody, class of 2020. Next, we have Mr. Brantley coming up to do his awards.
Hey guys, this is Mr. Brantley here. I teach algebra here at the Academy. I'd like to recognize a few seniors tonight regarding their perseverance and academic achievement in algebra. These two students stuck out to me and was a pretty easy choice because one's a boy and one's a girl, but they both come from the same circumstances as far as a little older, already in the workforce, and could have very easily just went ahead and said, I'm going to go get a job and not persevered through those times and got their high school diploma. So I'd like to recognize David Corey and Abby Lee Haney. So David and Abby, congratulations on your academic excellence in algebra and your for perseverance. So I'd like to recognize you guys. Like I said, it'd be very easy to stop and quit right now. I was really worried about these two students as soon as all the pandemic hit, and they've actually really done really well on Edgenuity and pushed through and finished their courses. So I'd like to recognize you guys. Thank you.
Greetings to you. This is Mr. Erickson, and I have end of the year grad awards for 5 very special people. It's been a bizarre semester, but we've gotten through it, and these are my awards for students. A lot of it goes back to what happened first part of the semester in the classroom, but carried over into how they performed under these really challenging circumstances as well. My first award. I got to start here because every day my day started like this. A student came in and said, Mr. Erickson, do you have the work so I can get started? The announcements hadn't even happened yet. This girl gets the Taking Care of Business Award, and that goes to Michaela Motz. Not only was she in before the bell rang, before announcements, first thing in the morning, wanting that work so she could get to it right away. Once we switched over to online learning, when I talked to her, she said, oh yeah, I'm not working, so I don't have anything else to do. At the end of the second week, I think she was 90% done with the geometry course. This girl gets to her task, gets it done, and does it efficiently. So Michaela, great job. That's a trait, by the way, that's going to carry well into life for you. It's going to cause you to be very successful. Number 2, Jade Green. Jade Green gets my Friendly Hospitality Award. she's also a first hour student, and she, unlike most of my first hour students who were sometimes sleepy and sometimes grumpy, Jade was always in a good mood. She would smile, she welcomed new people. When new students came in, she was the first one to try to help them get caught up and get up to speed with what we were doing. Just a very friendly, very welcoming person in the classroom, and again, another trait that will carry over into real life for her very, very well. So Jade, you get the Friendly Hospitality Award, and I wish you the best up there in Atlanta. Number 3. Well, I gotta have at least one sports award, and this guy will appreciate it. Every year, every sport, they always have a Comeback Player of the Year award. This is for the guy who blew out his knee and then came back a year later, or, totally had a disastrous season and came back and became a superstar. My comeback student of the year goes to none other than Donovan Hudson, the football man himself. Donovan, I had last year. Wasn't too impressed. He didn't do real well. He could have, but his heart wasn't in it, and I think he'll admit that. This year, Donovan was a rock star. He did what he needed to do, was on top of it, got his work done ahead of time. He was focused. He went just from being a very mediocre, uninspired student to being a very good, solid, get your work done kind of guy. So, Donovan, you get my comeback student of the year, and I'm proud of you. You did great. Keep it up. Number 4. I'm actually coming to you from out on the boat on an island, so if you hear a boat going by in the background, that's why. If I had to be stranded out here on a desert island with one of my students, there's a long list of students you initially think, oh, they'd be fun. They'd be fun. But then as you think about some of the things that would make them fun on the island, you also think about, oh my gosh, they could get really annoying after a while too. So when you start thinking about what student would you want to be stranded on a desert island with, this guy comes to mind, my Mr. Kindness Award. He's steady, he's funny, always wearing a big smile. And so my Mr. Kindness Award goes to Tyrese Beasley. I'd say he's a good solid pick for that, getting stranded on a desert island guy, because he just seems to always be in a pretty good mood. He's polite, he's courteous, he's not intentionally going out of his way to make your life miserable. He's just a kind, gentle fella. Now, he's a big guy. He might eat more than some of the others, but, I think he'd pull his own weight. So, Tyrese, you get my Mr. Kindness Award. Which leads me to number 5, last but certainly not least. And this is the award I give out every semester regardless, because it's really important to me. It's part of what I carry over into my classroom and try to preach above and beyond the math. And that's grit. Grit is the key to success in life. More and more research being done on that. And if you have grit, passion, perseverance, a willingness to just keep going even when it's hard, you will get far and you will be successful. Most great entrepreneurs, most great academics, most great athletes all have this intangible. It's just a toughness, a mental toughness. I'm not sure if the student will think of herself that way, but I certainly do. And as I've watched her over the last year, she has been there every day. For starters, she shows up. That's half of grit. Half of grit is showing up. She's there every single day. She works at almost every single day. Everybody's entitled to a day to slack now and then. She works and works and works and keeps going. She doesn't quit. She just keeps trying, and that's what grit is all about. And so my grit award this semester goes to Sheree Layton. Sheree has worked hard, been there consistently, come in and ask for help, and just hasn't given up. And so as my share of the awards come, I just hope you're all well. I hope you're all having a great time. I hope that you're being productive and still enjoying yourself at the same time. And I hope you haven't gotten to the point where you want to strangle your family to death, because that does get to be a temptation a little bit when you're stuck with them 24/7. So have a great summer. For the seniors graduating, have a great whatever's next, whether it's work, whether it's college, whether it's military. You're going to be able to do it if you stick with it, if you work hard, and you keep fighting. So over and out. Bye.
Hi, I'm Miss Blanchette. I'm Academy teacher, geometry and art this year, and I have 2 awards to give. The first award I'm giving away to Leah Herbert. It is the Outstanding Artist Award. I've had Leah since she's been in PASS, so for the past, it seems like 6 years, but probably the last 3 for sure. But Leah is one of those rare students that comes through the Academy who truly has an amazing artistic ability. She's a wonderful, sweet girl. She's very quiet. She definitely expresses herself in her art, and it shows, so that's why Leah is getting my Outstanding Artist Award. And then my last award I'm giving to All Around Amazing, and that goes to Thomas Nichols. I've never had Thomas before. I've known of him before I had him this year, but this year I've had Thomas for geometry as well as art and leadership. And Thomas has proven to be one of the most reliable students that I've had in a very long time. He's just a great kid, super nice, very polite, very respectful. So that's why he's receiving the All Around Amazing Award for me. Thanks so much.
Hi, my name is Charity Miller. I am the U.S. History teacher here at the Academy. My first award goes to Jessalyn McLucas as the Ninja Award for sneaking up on me and finishing quicker than I thought she would. My second award goes to Jacob Servito for the Comeback Kid. Third award is Kylie Estrada for the Gumption Award because she keeps sticking to it no matter what's thrown at her. My fourth award is Angelina Arvella. She gets the Sleepwalking Award. She'll know exactly what that's for. It's very hard to sleep through class and make A's, but somehow she does it every single time. And Elizabeth Angelis is my last award, and she gets the Marvel Award because she's very quiet, doesn't say very much, but all of a sudden she just marvels you at what she gets done. So those are mine. Congratulations, class of 2020. Look forward to seeing what comes from you.
All right, I'm Matt Baker. I teach journalism here at the school. I have 4 awards to give out. The first 2, I kind of give them in pairs. That's the way I think of these students. The first 2 go to Caitlin McClure and Haley Ruck. Probably 2 of the best anchors we had on the show this year. And no matter what the task I threw at them was, they took to it like ducks to water and did it with a smile on their faces, and it made the show better. So I'm going to miss having them both in class. And then the other pair, we have future ESPN statistician Donovan Hudson, who would sit down and make a legit 4K professional-looking mock-up that ESPN would be lucky to have. So, I mean, Donovan, you're going to go far. Just stick with it. You're going to do fine. And then lastly, the last award for excellence in journalism goes to Trey Hummer, who I had, again, only for 9 weeks. But Trey's one of those rare students that I feel like if something terrible were to happen to me, they could just give the program over to him and they'd be okay. So those are my students. Excellent journalism. I'm going to miss you all. Stay in touch. Next up, we have Ms. Debbie Locascio.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Locascio. I teach government and economics this year. One of my first awardees is Aaliyah Salih, and I gave her the In It to Win It award. Aaliyah kept me on my toes. She said, how much is this worth? How many points? Is it extra credit? Does the extra credit count? Etc., etc., etc. This young lady's had a lot of obstacles in her life, but she's come through with flying colors, always a straight A student in my class, and I'm very proud of her. The next award is for David Corey. He has the I've Got a Plan award. He was probably one of the most mature young men in my afternoon government class. Sometimes David would look at me and I would look at him and we'd look at everybody else like, they're teenagers, what the heck? Some of you don't know this, but David actually at one point wanted to be a Buddhist monk. He is the only student in 25 years of teaching that I've ever met that wanted to be a Buddhist monk. He's since changed his plans a little bit. He wants to be a nurse, moved to Denver, and he did receive a scholarship from CTC for $250 towards that goal. I was lucky enough to present that award to him when we handed out some goodie bags a few weeks ago. He's an awesome young man. My next person is Jessalyn McLucas. Jess has probably had a harder start than most. I don't know if she wants me to tell you all the details, but she has had a rough start in life, and she is blessed by a great-grandmother, Velma McLucas, who has adopted her and her sister and has taken excellent care of her. Jess is quiet, has a wonderful smile, a wry sense of humor, but when I say climb every mountain, Jess has had to climb every mountain, and she succeeded beautifully. Jade Green. Jade Green is not the highest grade in my classes and pretty much almost the best attendance, but Jade has the Miss Sunshine Award. Jade has since moved to Dunwoody, Atlanta. She's finishing up her Edgenuity classes there, and we had a nice talk on Sunday of all days because she had some questions and she knows she can call anytime. But she's doing well for those of students and teachers out there that know her well, and she's so happy to be in Atlanta with her mom, or the Atlanta area with her mom. Jade brings sunshine to your classes. She just does. She's a wonderful young lady. Always smiling. I used to keep a coronavirus tab when it was first in China, and we talked about it in economics. We talked about it in government. It affects them both, obviously. And the one day I didn't do it, and the first case was in the United States, verified anyway, and Jane bounced into the room, and she had to be the sunshiny person to put up on the board that, yes, now we have to deal with it here, but we're going to smile anyway. So thank you so much, Jade, for being one of the biggest rays of sunshine in my classroom. My last award is for Angeline Aravallo, and it's kind of an unusual name. It's the Dancing Backwards in High Heels Award. I've heard once, and I know I'm going to misquote it, but they asked Ginger Rogers if she thought she danced as well as Fred Astaire. And she says, yeah, plus I'm dancing backwards in high heels. And that's how I feel about Angie. She, again, some of my students this year have had rough starts in life, and she has as well. But poised, lovely. She had one of the worst flus this winter, and she was almost zombie-like, but yet she kept trying to get her work done. Angie, do you want to go home? You look, no, I'm going to keep working. I'm going to keep working. And I miss seeing her smiling face every day. I miss seeing her running down the hallways or the breezeways with holding on to Hunter's hand. But she is doing great in my class online as well as your other classes. So for somebody that can gracefully dance backwards in high heels, I really, really praise Miss Angie. Thank you. And Mrs. Kelly Sace will be next.
All right. Hello, I'm Kelly Sace. I am a teacher at the Academy. I teach anatomy and also theater for the fourth quarter and for the third. My first award is, actually my first two are for my theater kids. The first award goes to Anthony Constantino. He gets the Whose Line Is It Anyway award. This is his. He had the best improv of all the students in the class. He's very funny. Even though he didn't enjoy getting up in front of people, he came up with all kinds of skits, and he made the class laugh every day. So that would be his award right there. The next one is for Connor Hockley. He was in both of my classes this fourth quarter for theater and for anatomy. I have never met him, but he gets the Theater Review Award and the Excellence in Anatomy Award. Connor's assignments came in on time perfectly in both classes, all of fourth quarter. During this period that everybody's been kind of having a hard time with online classes, he just got right to it. And his grades are as perfect as you can get, and I'm looking forward to meeting him at graduation. My next award goes to Janessa Brown. It is the Hippocrates Award. Hippocrates was a Greek physician, and he is one of the outstanding figures in medicine. Janessa's work was outstanding. Every single thing that she handed in, also on time, 100%, and that explains why she gets the Hippocrates Award. The next award is for Ethan Anderson. It is the Awesome in Anatomy Award. Ethan also same thing, completed every assignment on time, 100% in every spot. I'm also looking forward to meeting him at graduation. And then finally, to wrap it up, last but not least, is Madeline Gamble. And Madeline, I had third and fourth quarter, so I had her in my class. She gets the Anatomy and Physiology Perfection Award because her work is perfect. She would come to class, she had a good attitude, she was willing to do anything and get all the assignments done, never complained. Same with the online, she didn't miss a beat. Everything that she's done has been perfect, and she's the kind of student that any teacher would love to have in a classroom.
Good evening, Academy students and families. Welcome to an awkward awards night. Normally what I would do is call my students up that I'm giving an awards to and wait for them to come up while I awkwardly smile and look around the crowd. But here I am staring at my computer. So my awards are actually going to be for 4 students that are graduating who are seniors, and it was an absolute pleasure to know them and to work with them. And also when my 4 students would come up on stage, I would call each person up individually and have them stand right next to me as I gave them the award. So when I call your name, imagine yourself doing that. The first award that I'm giving to is to David Corey, and his award is for hard working in math and in life and a great conversationalist. David has been a pleasure to have in my homeroom class as well as my math class. He is a hard worker and determined to do well in everything he does. He's expressed to me many times his goals and aspirations for the future, and he has definitely taken steps to make that happen and to make his path towards his future a good one. And not only that, we've also had great conversations about a variety of things, everything from Colorado to music and many things in between. So David, congratulations on being a graduate. Congratulations on all your hard work, your determination, especially in e-learning, and everything that you're doing and will be doing. Thank you. The next award goes to Leah Herbert. She is a great, quiet, warm, kind, gentle young lady, and her award is for perseverance in math. Leah worked very, very hard every single day to try to understand math, and as she has that art mind, math did not come easy to her, but she worked as hard as she could, and she patiently waited each and every day for me to come and help her when I had time in class. In this e-learning environment, Leah really did shine. She did a wonderful job, did her work, and performed very, very nicely. So congratulations, Leah, and great job. My next award goes to Donovan Hudson. I had Donovan in class for a very short period of time. I'm trying to even remember if it was back in August or if it was in January, but I did get to know him a little bit. And he is incredible in math, so he gets the Excellence in Math Award. Fortunately, I didn't have him in class very long or get to know him very well, but you could tell he is a thinker. He works very diligently and very hard and did an amazing and outstanding job in e-learning. Just a great, great worker and very commendable work, and just outshines everything. My last award, last but not least, of course, goes to Aaliyah Salih, and her award is Focused Like a Laser Beam. Aaliyah is a lovely young lady who works so hard to do as best as she possibly can in everything that she's done. It's an absolute treat to have her in class, and she worked through any problem she had and really truly wanted to understand why she was doing what she was doing and how to figure it out, and above all, to even get that A. In e-learning, she called me and said, Miss L, can I have some extra credit? I have an 89.5% and I want to make sure I get that A. So she was really determined to just do her best and perform, get those A's, and truly worked hard to make that happen. It was great working with Aaliyah in class and over virtual tutors, virtual learning through Zoom meetings and Google meetings to try to help her along whenever she got a little stuck. And she even apologized one time for calling me 2 days in a row to ask for help. But it was always a treat to work with her because I knew she would understand it, and she was just really top-notch. So thank you very much, everybody. Congratulations. We will miss you. I will miss you. And it really was lovely getting to know all of you.
All right. So thank you, teachers. We're on to the next segment of the award ceremony. Like I mentioned at the opening, we will be doing 3 awards that we normally do during the graduation commencement ceremony. That is the Tom Hannon Award, the Angel Award, and then the Spirit of the Wolf Award. So I'd like to recognize those recipients at this time. The Tom Hannon Award is an award that we have been given out over the past few commencement ceremonies to recognize the student or students who contribute to the climate and culture of the Academy. Mr. Hannon is the father of our social worker, Ms. Paula Hannon, who has worked graciously, diligently for a long time to help us generate funds that help support a lot of our events here on campus. And so we'd like to honor this individual with a plaque and a check for $200 to thank them for their commitment to our campus. And this year's recipient goes to Miss Rosie. And I can't say the rest of her name because it's very long, but she is a very deserving young lady who has done so much for our school, and she's just a delightful individual who is well deserving. So congratulations, Rosie. The next award is the Angel Award. This is another award we give out every December and May during the commencement ceremonies. And the Angel Award is founded for those individuals or groups that have contributed to the well-being of our campus, to our staff and to our students. They just have been someone who looks out for us and is supporting us through all the years. So anyways, without further ado, we actually have two recipients of the Angel Award. They actually are two staff members here at the Academy. They are two staff members that are retiring, and we want to wish them well and thank them for their commitment for all they have done for our staff and our students. The first one goes out to Ms. Deb Beatty, who is just going to be sorely missed out in our C program, who is just someone who has spent a lot of time giving, whether it be at Busch Gardens winning us stuffed animals for our giveaways, or whether it be cooking us a delicious turkey meal during Thanksgiving or any other events that we have. She is the master of the ring toss. She is the master of couponing. She is the master of all. She is just a rock that we will just absolutely not be able to replace, and we will surely, surely miss her. And Miss Beatty, you are truly an angel to the Academy and to all those that you are surrounding. The next Angel Award is to Miss Debbie Lacasio, who is retiring and relocating to Tennessee to spend time with her mother and her family. And she has been someone who personally has given so much to the climate and culture and to the student body here at the Academy. She has served time over at Career Quest, left us for a little bit, came back to Career Quest. I asked her to come over to the Academy. So wherever we ask her to go, she is consistent, strong, and very sincere about what she does for our students here at the Academy. So again, we wish her all the best in her new adventures, and just safe travels and keep in touch. And again, the Angel Award goes to Miss Deb Beatty and Miss Debbie Lacasio. The final award that we normally give at our commencement ceremony is the Spirit of the Wolf Award. That award is recognizing a student who symbolizes the meaning of the wolf, the spiritual being of the wolf, the tough, the strong, the scary but yet hesitant person who just persevered through their time here at the Academy. This recipient is someone who I feel we are all very proud of. I will have to say there are many, many parent conferences I had with this young person who was not performing at the level that we expected, was not attending school, was not doing their work inside the classroom. It was someone that many times was on the ropes for being asked to leave the Academy until I don't know exactly what happened. But it just turned around, and it turned around starting at the end of last year, and it's just been an amazing journey to watch him go through this year. And we are just super proud of his commitment and his dedication to graduating from high school. He has fought through a lot of adversity to make it this far, and I know that he has been mentioned by several teachers tonight. And we feel that he will take that momentum into the future and do great things. And so the recipient of the Spirit of the Wolf Award goes to Mr. Donovan Hudson. So we are just super proud of you, Donovan, and for your perseverance and commitment to graduating high school. So congratulations to those recipients. Again, we normally would have recognized those folks at our commencement, but we wanted to make sure that we recognize them before that. So thank you again. Now we're going to turn it over to Mrs. Perky, who's going to announce some of our Academy Scholarship Award winners. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Amy Perky, the counselor here at the Academy. I want to start by saying two things to each one of you. I miss you dearly, but most importantly, I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of the ability and the work that you're showing and the tenacity that you're showing in the midst of all this. Tonight, I get the honor of presenting 2 scholarships. First of all, what a great accomplishment to graduate from high school. The Academy is honored each year to watch students complete their high school requirements and earn a high school diploma. Furthermore, it is truly special to witness our students pursue higher education. The Academy would like to provide assistance and provide that through scholarships. Tonight, we have 2 scholarship recipients. They are Kylie Estrada and Michael Powell. Congratulations to both of you, and I want to say I am so proud of you. Your persistence and your ability to persevere through everything that both of you have been through just is such a representation of your character, and we're all very proud of you here. We will be in touch with both of you on getting you the details of this scholarship, but again, Kylie and Michael, I'm so very proud of each of you. And now I'm going to hand this back to Mr. Ham.
All right, we have a few more scholarships to give out tonight. The next one is the CCSLA Charlotte County School Leadership Association Scholarship for $500 to a graduate who is looking to attend either college or a technical school to further their education. So this semester's recipient is someone who has a very deep passion for the arts and is very motivated to continue their post-secondary learning. And so I'd like to recognize this year's CCSLA scholarship recipient, and that goes to Mrs. Leah Herbert. Congratulations, Leah. Okay. The final scholarships tonight are sponsored by the husband of our late Dr. Ray Conjoyan. Ray ran the teen parent program at the Academy for many, many years, who really transformed our teen parent program in Charlotte County. And many of those parents are come back today and remember Ray's contributions to their education. Her husband likes to recognize in her memory teen parents that are currently graduating from the Academy so that they can pursue their post-secondary aspirations as well. So we have 3 recipients tonight. The first one is going to Rosie. I mentioned her name earlier. It's too long for me to do, but Miss Rosie, congratulations on receiving a Ray Conjoyan scholarship. And the next 2 goes to Miss Kayla King and to Hannah Worthington. Congratulations to you 3 ladies in honoring Miss Dr. Ray Conjoyan. So now at this point, we are at the tail end of the award ceremony. I'm going to hand it over to the Dean of Students, Mrs. Greenwood, who is going to recognize our All-Star for the spring semester.
Good evening. I'm honored to be here tonight to acknowledge the Academy's All-Star. The saying, "Be kind to people because you don't know what battles they are fighting," precisely describes this year's Academy All-Star, Anthony Constantino. You wouldn't know it to look at him because he always keeps a positive demeanor, but Anthony has had some challenges and has persevered despite them. Anthony is an Academy success story, and we're glad that he has been part of the Wolfpack for as long as he has. He started with us as a middle school PASS student. Back then, he was a capable student, but hadn't really found his niche in school. Fortunately, that changed. He won't like us saying this, but Anthony is one of the most intelligent students we have here at the Academy. His focus on academic success comes from the self-motivation to do well. For example, he has stayed up until all hours of the night completing assignments on a Google Doc, on his phone no less, because he didn't want to turn something in late. Another instance of his determination is when he rode his bike to school 4 miles each way super early in the morning, true story, with a raging case of strep throat so he wouldn't miss taking the SAT test. It's no surprise he passed, by the way, even feeling terribly ill. Anthony also embodies the qualities of an all-star by being polite to staff and kind to other students. He is very genuine, These qualities earned him an invitation to represent the Academy in a school trip to Washington, D.C. this year. Being Anthony, he made sure to bring back little souvenirs for those near and dear to him. He expresses true gratitude when someone does something kind for him and is quick to reciprocate the gesture. We are so proud of Anthony. We know he is capable of achieving great things once he leaves our Wolfpack family. Get out there and spread your wings, Anthony. You are going to fly.
Alrighty. Well, this is it, folks. The Principal's Award. We'll wrap up tonight's award ceremony. But before we do that, I want to have a quick shout out to our staff. This week is Staff Appreciation Week. And clearly it takes a village to help students graduate from high school and help them develop into fine young people. I am truly honored to work with such a dedicated and passionate staff that we appreciate not just 1 week a year, but every week. And I mean that sincerely. So thank you to all the staff throughout the Academy and throughout our country who contribute to the success of our nation, because they are the founding village. Also, I want to thank Mr. Baker for taping tonight's event and editing it to make it very special. We just want to thank you for that dedication as well. I want to thank our guidance counselor, Mrs. Perky, who has been working diligently every day to check on grades and graduation requirements. And it definitely is not a one-person job, but she is making it look easy, even though it's a very, very difficult job. So thank you, Mrs. Perky. I want to thank Mrs. Greenwood, our Dean of Students, for her follow-up with our students and making sure that they are behaving at home and doing their work. If not, she is quick to make sure that they get back to it, and if not, they will get hounded in a good way. So thank you, Mrs. Greenwood. I also want to thank Ms. Rash and Mrs. Stevens for getting the certificates ready and getting awards prepared. It's not an easy task, and I want to thank them for all their dedication for that to make it tonight possible. So again, thank you all of the staff, and thank you for everyone else who contributed to tonight. Finally, the Principal's Award. The Principal's Award, it's a very difficult decision to narrow it down to one person to receive this award. What I tend to look for is someone who's been with us for a while. So this individual started with us in the past program and has now obviously climbed the ranks in high school through the Academy and will be graduating with the class of 2020. This person is, I call a very quiet but very dedicated young lady who we had a lot of fun. We have our own little inside look where during the breezeway I'd give her a look and she would just look at me like I was someone weird, which is normal. But we developed a relationship of a lot of support. What's cool about her is to watch her develop into someone who lacked a lot of confidence and self-esteem, who now has a vision and a drive to pursue a post-secondary education, is not afraid of that new adventure. So we are going to miss her, and she has just been a delight to have on campus. So this year's 2020 Principal Award goes to Miss Leah Herbert. So congratulations, Leah, for receiving the Principal's Award. And so finally, thank you again. I know this was a awkward, maybe different awards night, but we just made sure that we wanted to get out that attempt to recognize our graduates who are not being dealt the fair hand of all of the events that take place during your senior year, the proms, the grad bashes, the awards night, and of course commencement. So we just hope that you are safe and that everybody is well. And we look forward to seeing you soon in your cap and gown and finding a way to recognize you graduates. Thanks again for watching tonight's Spring 2020 award ceremony. Stay safe. We'll see you around.